developments in Lucknow, talking to the Uttar Pradesh government. Let me come to you first, Ankit. You're at ground zero. Explain this to us. Explain this to us. How did this entire incident transpire, and why is it that the police did nothing when the girl's parents went and registered a complaint?
Gaurav, there is no other word to describe it. It has been completely shocking the way this entire incident took place. Before I start and tell you the details, I'm standing right in the background is the tree on which the girls were found hanging, and it gives me shiver down my spine that there were two bodies hanging just a few hours back. On the night of 27, these girls had gone out in the evening. This is a backward area of Uttar Pradesh. There is no electricity. Toilets are not in the houses. So the girls, as in many villages of Uttar Pradesh, had gone out and at that very time they went missing. The parents searched for them in the village. Then one of the eyewitness that we spoke to, Baburam, who was speaking, he said he saw those girls being taken by Pappu Yadav along with his two brothers and one more unknown assailant. When he tried to confront them, there was a scuffle between them. A gun was pointed at him, and then he ran away. All of them then went to the police station where Sarvesh Yadav along with another constable were on duty. Both of them very clearly from the time when they went there said, nothing has happened, your daughters will come back. And 2 hours later, they were the ones who informed they will be found hanging on a tree, and exactly that is what has happened. Now the police has arrested two of the main accused, Pappu Yadav and his brother Avdesh. Constable Sarvesh has also been arrested. 2 are still absconding, but reporting from the ground, the sense that I get is that it is difficult if you are not from a certain community, especially under the rule of the Samajwadi Party. There are few people, those who are being saved. The police goes out of their way to save them. All the others, especially if you are from the lower strata,
absolutely shocking and disgusting to say the least. These girls are Dalits. These girls were Dalits. It's a Yadav village, and is that why the police did nothing? This is nothing short of, look at the arrogance of the criminals in this case. They not only gang raped the girls, they murdered the girls, and then they hanged them from the nearest tree inside that village. What was the message that these arrogant criminals were sending? And that is what is extremely chilling, Amir. The message is we can do what we want because we come from a certain community, because we come from a certain caste, and nobody in this administration will take action against us. And that is exactly what happened, Amir Haq.
Well, obviously, and that is why, Gaurav, the entire state government is at stake. The entire reputation of the state government is at stake with this recent incident. And in fact, this incident has emerged as the face of lawless UP in the last 3 days. In fact, Akhilesh Yadav was, in fact, today as well as yesterday, was confronted by reporters and media men asking similar questions. But somehow, although there are no questions on the intentions of the state government, but yes, there will be questions raised on the efficiency of the state government, because the Chief Minister here has taken a string of meetings with senior police officials, administrative officials here in Lucknow. He's given them a task that none of the complaints that come in towards the police station are to be taken non-seriously. Police officials will have to be proactive when there are issues being raised by commoners. But the point is that there is no change that is being seen on the ground.
And the shocking aspect here, Amir, is it because of the surname of these criminals? Because they are Yadavs, no action is taken against them in Akhilesh Yadav and Mulayam Singh Yadav's Uttar Pradesh. That is the question that Mulayam Singh Yadav and his son, the Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav, who came to power on the issue of governance, good governance, they need to answer this question tonight. Another shocker from Mulayam Singh Yadav's stronghold, that's Etawah, where the mother of a rape survivor was brutally beaten by the father of the rape accused. This incident took place on Monday. Now, according to police reports, the accused, who lives in the same neighborhood as the victim, he entered the rape survivor's house, raped the daughter, he was caught, he was arrested, he was handed over to the police, and then to pressure her to withdraw the case, he beat up her mother.
occupying very high constitutional post and responsible position should not make or comment on anything which actually disturb the situation or which doesn't help restoring the normalcy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kiran Rijiju is Minister of State for Home in the Ministry of Home Affairs in Delhi. But I want to get back to our top focus story. That man on your television screen, Akhilesh Yadav, the young Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, he has a lot of explaining to do and he has a lot of action to take because his reputation and the reputation of his party is in tatters. Amir Haq, what is Akhilesh Yadav doing? What has been his response in this case? Because his father's response we have seen in the past, in rape cases he says boys will be boys, rape will happen.
Well, definitely, and that is the flip part of it all. In fact, Akhilesh Yadav has actually, pulled up senior police officers here in Lucknow, and in fact, ever since, in the post-election period, he has actually taken some really swift action against administrative officials here. He's suspended several district magistrates, also district senior superintendent of police. But somehow, this message has not percolated down to the policemen who are there on the ground, because that is what has been seen in most of these cases that have been reported recently, not just in Badaयूं but also in Etawah, yes, another Samajwadi Party stronghold, and also the recent Lok Sabha constituency of Azamgarh, from where Mulayam Singh Yadav has won this time as well. There was a gang rape case that has been reported recently, in which 4 of these men from dominant community there in Azamgarh have gang raped another minor victim. So therefore, clearly that message that has been sent down from the Chief Minister's chair has not come down to the level of policemen who are there on the ground to implement the law.
Okay, keep tracking that story. I will come back to you for more. We'll now shift focus to the other big story that we're tracking here on Headlines today, and that's 4 days into governance. The Narendra Modi government is already pushing big-ticket economic reforms. The Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion has prepared a draft cabinet note that proposes to open the defense manufacturing sector to foreign direct investment. The note has been circulated amongst various government agencies for their comments. The FDI is a serious signal to foreign as well as domestic investors about Narendra Modi government's reform push. It will also help prop up India's defense industrial establishment, which at present is at a rather nascent stage. The move will ultimately help in modernization of armed forces as well, bring in critical technology. While the move may have the support of the Congress at one level, the left is firmly opposed to any FDI in defense.
There is a provision, or there is a route which allows 100% FDI in defense on a theoretical basis. And the practical example of that is that if you look at the BrahMos project, if I remember correctly, I think 51% of the equity is being held by the Russian joint venture partner. So therefore, we'll have to wait and see as to what exactly does the government intend putting on the table. How does it flesh out the proposal, or how does it flesh out the policy regime from where it stands at this point in time. So we'll have to wait and see.
सेना में 100% FDI की जो बातें आई हैं, अभी वो साफ नहीं हुआ कि किस प्रकार से चीजों को वो करेंगे. हमें लगता है कुछ विदेशी कंपनियां जिनसे हम हथियार खरीदते हैं, उन्हें यहीं बनाओ, यहीं बेचो और विदेश में निर्यात करो, इस तरह का कोई फॉर्मूला हो सकता है. किस तरह से ये करना चाहते हैं, देश हित में है कि देश विरोधी है, इसका फायदा होगा कि नहीं होगा, एक बार वो नीति सामने आए, उसके बाद हमारी पार्टी उस पर अपनी भूमिका स्पष्ट करेगी.
Jaiveer Shergill is the Congress Party spokesperson. He joins us for more on the story. Also with me is BJP's Sambit Patra. Jaiveer, where does the Congress Party stand on Narendra Modi's government's proposal for 100% FDI in defense?
First thing, it's definitely a good move, a welcoming move, but it's also an extension of the policy already adopted by the UPI. As you said, clearly it's 26%, but we had a provision where on case-to-case basis there can be more relaxation.
Which provision, where was it relaxed more than 26%?
There were 2-3 manufacturing OEM cases, what you call original equipment manufacturer, where they transferred technology to India, it was relaxed. Number 2, it will be incorrect to say there is a 100% blanket permission. No, even the note does not say that. It is 49% if there is no technology transfer, 74% if there is a technology transfer, 100% if there is a state-of-the-art technology transfer. It is a much needed thing, relaxation. A point from employment generation, we have 30 million worth of equipment which is obsolete. 70% is still procurement
Why
cost.
didn't your government do this?
No, we had, Mr. Anand Sharma moved up to 74%.
It didn't happen.
Last year it didn't. 26% was a provision. We moved it to case-to-case basis.
Was that lack of faith in your government because there were so many contradictions within the government? Antony said something else, Anand Sharma said something else, and that's why perhaps the BJP gains?
No, definitely. I won't say that it was a lack of, there was a conflict of trust. If you look at the FDI graph right from 99 when the BJP government was in power, it was pegged at $19 billion.
No, let's just stick with this issue. FDI in defense. It's a good move, you say. Sambit Patra, what made the BJP do this? Because Congress did it last time. Investment did not flow in. Why should things be different with you? There's still no clarity on how you'll go about this. Sambit Patra, can you hear me?
Gaurav, first and foremost, let me clarify over here, the policy has not been tabled, so I'm unaware of the policy. Most of the discussion that we are going to do henceforth is thus on speculations. But what we had said, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Now that you're specifying this, is there a rethink within the party? Because some, even within the BJP, seem to be opposing this or not on board on this. So are you backtracking?
Yeah. See, we were extremely clear in our manifesto regarding 2 or 3 things. First and foremost, we talked about reviving the falling manufacturing sector. And in fact, if we have 100% FDI in the defense sector, definitely it is one of the most important means of reviving the manufacturing sector. Secondly, it would decrease the import on the bills of the imported gadgets of defense. Okay. And thirdly and most importantly, BJP has also been speaking about the fact that we want to generate employment, and this would be one of the most important hubs of employment generation. But I have one very important point to add over here. The important point is I was just listening to Jaiveer before you tossed the question to me, and Jaiveer mentioned that Congress also somewhere wanted to do this. Yes. But let me remind Jaiveer that Anand Sharma had sent a proposal for 74% of capping in FDI in defense, but it was rejected by the Defense Ministry. Yes. And this is where I would say there is a difference between accidental Prime Minister and a determined Prime Minister.
Okay, Jaiveer, quick response. Quick response.
Of the policy, you need a Prime Minister who can say that interministerial
quick response before
cooperation
we are running out of time on the show. Okay, you've made your point, Sambit. Quick response.
A quick response. BJP once again has restored to favorite tactic, changing the goalpost. If employment generation was the gun, they never opposed to FDI and airline. They were all gung-ho about it. Mr. Subramanian Swamy goes and files the PIL, their own
Let's stick to FDI in defense for the moment. Congress supports FDI in defense.
100%.
100%. Okay, so for once we have the Congress and the BJP on the same page. How will this actually materialize on ground still remains to be seen. My sources in the Ministry of Defense tell me this is something they're really looking forward to. Hopefully, critical technology that they require will come into India. But for the moment, Jaiveer, Shergill and Sambit Patra, many thanks for joining me. A quick break. Lots more coming up on the other side of a short break. Stay with us.